Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our CyberCEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. Of course, we are back with another episode of CyberCEO, and we are very lucky to have a very special guest on the show today. Noel, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks, Jello. Thanks for having me.
Of course, we really appreciate your time. So, of course, for the benefit of everyone who's listening and watching, can you tell us something about yourself, Noel? Maybe let's start with, what's your role in real estate?
Yeah, so I'm currently what they call a Rainmaker of a team. So I currently lead a team of, there's 5 of us total. There's 3 agents and 2 admins, and our Cyberbacker being one of those full-time admins.
All right, so Rainmaker, then how long have you been in the real estate industry?
I've been in a little over 5 years now.
5 years now. And within that 5 years, was this your first time working with someone virtually, or did you have experience prior having a cyberbacker?
No, this is actually our first time.
All right, first time. So what we'd like to know is, how's the experience so far working with your own cyberbacker?
Overall, great. It's really allowed us to fine-tune our business, saved us a lot of time, and really allows us to focus on the things that are most important in our business instead of doing a lot of the administrative tasks behind the scenes.
All right, so making sure that nothing falls through the cracks, and somewhat of a, what do you call this, an accountability partner, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Now, your cyberbacker's been working with you for a while. Now, what can you tell me about him? Personality-wise, the days you spend working with each other, things like that.
Yeah, so Dale is our cyberbacker, and he's great. He's flexible with his hours and kind of the tasks that he needs us to do, and he's always trying to learn more and take initiative on things that sometimes I don't even think about. And I really contribute that to the environment that Cyberbacker has provided with the additional training on command and the Millionaire Real Estate agent book, right? So that he knows our systems and models, and some of the classes that he's attended were geared around how can he help, be more really take initiative, and what things can he do to really identify the blind spots that I might not be thinking about as well.
Of course, again, as what we mentioned, helps you with accountability, of course. Now, since this is your first time working with someone virtually, what we'd like to know is, what makes it work? What makes it a successful partnership?
Well, I think exactly what you mentioned is having a partnership, right? So I have to be invested in working with Dale as much as he's investing his time into us, right? And if I don't have the time to invest into him, to making sure that he understands what the goal is, the why behind things, and kind of how we want the systems and processes to work, then I'm not doing my part. And I don't think it would work if an agent doesn't take the time to do that.
I love what you mentioned there, giving him your time as well, treating it somewhat of like an investment, as what you mentioned. Now, next question is, ever since he started working with you, how much time has he saved you and your team?
I don't have an exact number, but a considerable amount of time, right? And that's allowed us to really have our team grow, right? Because the more time that he saves us on things that are not generating revenue, it frees us up with that time to go in and bring in more business, right? So we're able to focus on growing the team and really providing a higher level of satisfaction to our client experience as well.
Especially in the world of real estate, relationship creating and building on those relationships are very important. Yes,
absolutely, 100%.
Now, you already mentioned earlier that he's been saving you a lot of time. Now, what are these things that he does, or these tasks that he does for you in your business that really saves you a lot of time?
Yeah, so the number one thing that we brought him in was helping with database management and transaction coordination. right? So really just managing the transaction behind the scenes, so that way we don't have to stay at our desk and monitor emails all the time and set up next steps. We have set up systems. Well, actually, Dale has helped us create a lot of those systems and processes starting off, because we had a lot of things in our head, nothing was documented, and we needed to figure out a good way for him to learn those systems. And in the process of him learning that, he created our overall system that was very helpful as we brought in another admin to really kind of understand what that looks like, and kind of opens the door for another business opportunity that we're creating as well, right? So yeah, that's in a nutshell kind of what he helps do, what he's helped done, and then what he kind of still continues to do behind the scenes for us.
All right, so database management and transaction coordination. But you and I would both agree to this. His role could still grow in the next months, maybe even the next few weeks that could come. What are some of the new things that you're considering having him do in the future?
Yeah, so based on us really creating the systems behind the scenes for us, we've identified that it's a big gap that a lot of new agents that come into the business have. Not necessarily new agents, but even agents that have been in the business for a while that don't really have documented systems and processes. So sometimes they don't know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And if they want to grow and get leverage, how do they teach somebody else? It's a very long learning curve, and a lot of time they have to put into that. So the new business that we're kind of creating, this basically identified, is we're looking to facilitate that for other real estate agents that need those systems and models and they don't really know where to start. And Dale's going to be initiating a lot of that and helping us grow that portion of it. So we always have the conversations, with our Cyberbacker on, how do you want this to grow, right? And we don't want him to stay stagnant in one particular role. We want him to be able to grow and really find himself in a position that he really enjoys doing, and he's good at it. He likes it, and it just provides great leverage as well.
I love what you mentioned there, taking advantage of the thing that he wants to do and the things that he is good at. Because if he has a bigger role, that means he would be able to help the business grow as well, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes. Now, my next question is a bit tough. What have been some of the challenges that you've had working with Cyberbacker?
So challenges, I would say, one of the biggest challenges is not having somebody right here in the office next to me, right? Mm-hmm. And as my schedule gets busy, it can be a little difficult to connect, right? To connect and take the time to do additional training that I may need him to do or to learn regarding our business specifically, right? So, so that's been a bit of a challenge, but we find ways to overcome it. Thankfully, Zoom, right? We never used Zoom before COVID happened, and now it's part of our daily meetings. We have a morning meeting every single morning to kind of see how the previous day went and what's on the agenda for today. We can screen share, we can demonstrate, we can do a lot of that stuff with the Zoom. So that's been an amazing tool that we've used. That I couldn't imagine how this experience would have been without having the capabilities of Zoom. I'll leave it at that.
Thank God for Zoom, of course, for the video chats, things like that. Now,
Yeah.
Lastly, what advice would you be able to give other business owners just like yourself who would want to hire their own Cyberbacker?
My advice would be take a leap of faith, right? It was really kind of a stepping stone for us to grow our team. And we were nervous on, hiring somebody full-time, being responsible for, salaries and stuff like that. And I think Cyberbacker made it very easy to bring somebody in part-time while we're training them. And then they're also being trained by Cyberbacker as well. And it's not just a one-time training, it's continuous training over time, right? So I think take a leap of faith, identify opportunities for leverage, right? What things can you have somebody else do behind the scenes? So that way, you can focus on the most important things in your business, right? And if it is in real estate, really that's building relationships, right? It's building relationships. It's, helping out more people than we can currently handle. Because if you don't have any leverage, you're very limited on the amount of people that you can support in a good way, in a effective way, right? If not, you're going to start not doing as good of a job as you really can be for them, because you may have too many clients and you're doing all the paperwork and things behind the scenes as well.
Is because imagine, especially in the real estate world, there are a lot of things that you have to do in between the transaction side. Again, in your case, even the database, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Now, one last thing. I know that Dale is listening to us right now. Would you want to give him a quick shout out on the show?
Absolutely, Dale, and you've been foundational in our growth. Again, we brought Dale in when we were a brand new team starting off, and he's really been a foundation in structuring, our team and identifying systems and processes. So Dale, thanks for all the work that you continuously put in. Keep being you, keep striving for more, and we're very thankful to be in business with you.
We're very excited to see, of course, where this partnership would be in the next few years to come. Noel, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, 𝗙𝗪𝗪.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.